Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at DOT. Looks like, oh my god, it's back on track. We're so good to go. I want you to go heavy, long X, 100X to the moon. Just kidding. Just kidding. Pump the brakes, folks. Bitcoin's pumping right now, so DOT's recovering. Trying to break through this key level resistance at 682 we've discussed previously, which was a support. So we got to assume it could be a resistance level here. We got 56 minutes left in this 4-hour candle, so anything could happen, right? A little premature to presume, but it's looking like a good start, okay? We'll look at the backend data here as well, and a quick congrats to our community members. I just want to talk about this here. Took a nice little storage trade this morning, 1 hour, 20%. Fantastic work on that. Little 7x short on storage. We also took a Uniswap 38% profit target there as well. That was a short. The rest of them are longs though. We don't try not to short too often, honestly. We got Shiba Inu 62%, Avalanche 58%, another SHIB 121%, and ICP 96. That was roughly over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, the profits from the weekend. So congrats to our community members. So happy that's working well for you. Again, I like to highlight that just because folks get pretty excited about it, and I'm just happy that it's working really well for you. Thanks again so much for the excellent feedback. So taking a look here at Polkadot, a lot of liquidation levels to the downside, of course, at previous, what do you know, look at that, $6.88. That exact same level I just talked about as being a support and resistance level. That's where we saw a lot of liquidation. Be careful putting your stop loss right at a key level support. It's like a target on your back, okay? Just be mindful. Whales know what they're doing. They drive the price action until you can't take it anymore. They just turn it right back around. So that said here, we do have a heavier concentration at 7.4 as a possible target for the whales here next, okay? Just keep in mind, anything could happen, but it does look like this is a positive little influence here, essentially, with Bitcoin doing well. And just to quickly recap here, Bitcoin's up at 42.6. We got some crazy little, 2 or 3% pump here in the last 4 hours. We're going to see if that sustains itself. So that's kind of where we're at there so far for Bitcoin. Again, it's a bit of a manic depressant type of coin, right? It's like, I'm going to go this way today, even though no one else thinks we're going to. And then there's times where you just feel awesome. I tell you what, I try to avoid trading Bitcoin, even though we have an open position right now with Bitcoin. I literally hate trading Bitcoin compared to altcoins because it just seems so much less predictable. Okay. Again, either way, you do need to know what Bitcoin's doing to understand what altcoins are doing here, and just know that Polkadot's performing poorly in general in conjunction with Bitcoin. Okay? The reason why I like to say that is if you kind of look at Bitcoin here before Bitcoin took off, you can see a sell-off that looks extremely similar to Polkadot. Okay, so again, it's a fairly strong alignment. What we want to look at though is just some key levels here first, which we've already acknowledged that $6.82 is a specific number there, where we saw that liquidation at like 688. If we take a look at the daily time frame, we're still above the 20-day SMA. That's a positive sign. Stochastic is trying to swing upwards, but hasn't. Money flow and RSI are on the way down. That's a very standard thing. We can also see MACD divergence here too. So again, try not to get too excited here. We got a lot of things pointing down, but a couple of things pointing up. So when you see that, you've probably watched my videos a few times before. If you're new, welcome aboard. But I'm a firm believer of confirmation, and if you have a daily time frame that tells you two different stories, it's probably not worth taking a trade. Again, you can do intraday stuff, shorter term holds, but the daily time frame is kind of like, I don't know what's going on right now, and I prefer not to trade into that. That said, we do see what's going on here fairly clear. In other words, we're below some key level resistances, which I do not like to be under the 50 or the 20. I try not to trade into that. We are above the 100, of course, but that's a consolation. We do have a contributing factor here. The MACD is trying to converge. That's also positive, but we're not there yet. And we're under 50 on the RSI with stochastic swinging up. Now, a lot of folks, including myself, like to take trades like this, where the RSI gets close to 30 on the downside, and the money flow index is low. That really implies that it's been oversold for too long, and there's a lot of money coming out of this coin in the last 72 hours. Okay. When that occurs, there's this impulse that people want to buy. That's why you see things happen in threes. 3 white soldiers, three black crows. You have 3 days of continuation followed by a 4th red day. That's what comes into play here. So the logic here, and that's probably what's happening with Bitcoin, is that it was on the downtrend for the last 3 days. Today's that 4th green day. Okay, so we're seeing that here as well with alternate coins, because they are obviously following Bitcoin like a little kid following a parent, right? That's essentially what we're seeing here. So again, this is usually a good condition to buy. A little too late now because obviously the prices jumped up, but hindsight, take a look, pay attention to low RSI and extremely low money flow index. Those two things will be good buying opportunities on the 4-hour time frame. What does that mean here for us now? Well, where's it going to go? Let's see if we got any indication here. We had some overextension to the downside, big surprise. Overextended leading into that resistance, correction, previous support level turned resistance, and now effectively a consideration for an area that we could see a pullback. So all that basically means here is that we want to look at the hourly for confirmation, because the 4 hour, while we swept some lower liquidity there, we still have this upper liquidity level we talked about previously. Those are all things that are relevant. And leading me to believe the price action should continue higher. But again, we're below a lot of volume resistance here. So the range of 0.5 to 0.618, that $7 to $7.15 range is going to be somewhat of resistance. This is a really common channel that the price action has trouble with. Okay, so it's a good chance we're going to see that happen. We're at a 9 right now, pushing into a little bit over time. We go a little higher. I think there's a good chance we're going to see this lower leg down. Okay, so again, we're painting an absolute, 1 through 5 pattern to the downside here, essentially. Okay, so keep in mind, Elliott Wave can go down as well as it can go up. Okay? Same exact thing applies there. So I'm speculating we're going to see one more leg down for one more lower low. But once more, liquidity is a funny thing. We very well could see this upper $7 range retested. Let's look at Ichimoku Cloud and see here. And we're seeing this on a lot of other coins. It's getting ready for a breakout, but not quite there yet. Lagging span is almost free and clear. Conversion lines above the baseline. Those are 2 positive factors. Me personally, I like to wait for full confirmation, not just partial. So I'd probably wait for the price action to at the very least go sideways and consider an entry right here. So I like the current price point. I just don't like us being under the cloud. Again, it's a conservative indicator. I saw somebody comment the other day about how ridiculous the indicator can be because you don't find good entries. Well, that's why it's so good, because it gives you small windows of opportunity, and if you can catch those, the odds of success is extremely high. Okay, so again, trading into this is not a bad thing per se, but you're kind of trading into a resistance level, and it doesn't make a ton of sense until we confirm that we're above that range. Okay, so again, to me, 12 hours from now, I'm going to be considering a trade with this coin. Granted, 12 hours from now I'll be sleeping, so it'll probably be more like 16. I'll take a look and see if it's worth taking entry. But again, those are just ways that I trade. You don't have to do that. You can trade without confirmation all you want. Let me know how this is working for you. There's a reason why we have a lot of people transitioning over to my Premium Plus and our Premium group, just because it helps to have more opportunities. Again, we've got an automated trading bot for my day trades and the swing trades that we take. I've already shared that with you. Definitely some good stuff there. So either way, grateful for the feedback. We've had some awesome community members kind of just letting us know how well it's been working. A lot of good feedback too with this exchange. Everyone's loving this exchange so far, and I couldn't agree more. Phenomenal exchange. Use my link to register here with them. Bitunix, they are exceptional, but they also offer no KYC or VPN, which is unusual nowadays, and including trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets. There is actually a Bitunix section in my Discord if you're curious. You can search for it on my my YouTube as well. It will provide you with some instructions there how to work it, but either way, I just want you to know that resources are available for you too. So do look forward to work with you. If you want to come on over, jump on over to our Discord, Telegram, or Twitter and get to know you better. But greatly appreciate you watching and hitting that like button before you close out the window. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks again. Take care.